name's Amanda Hartstein, and today I'll be making Nutella croissants using the puff pastries. They can be difficult to handle, but with my easy steps, you will be on your way to making delicious appetizers and desserts that will please your whole gathering. Layer after layer of alternating dough and butter. When it bakes, the butter between the layers melts into the dough, creating crisp, flaky puff. Sounds easy enough, right? Well, it can be really difficult to work with. See how it's not quite unfolding? Well, you don't want to force it because that breaks it at the edges. So instead, to deep thaw this, you want to place it in a towel, wrap it up, place both of them in there, and wait 15 minutes for it to deep thaw. The pastry dough is thawing out. I'm going to make the egg wash, which is just 1 egg beaten with 1 tablespoon of water. And this will be used later for when the pastries are all made and the croissants are all shaped, and it will be brushed on the top to make the croissants more golden brown when they bake and have a nice sheen on top of it. Alright, so when it is almost ready but not quite ready, when you start seeing cracks in there, that's not good. You don't want to force it because you don't want this to rip. You can just pop it up in a teepee form and the air will get through this faster and warm it up faster, so you don't have to wait as long. Now after you've waited your 15 minutes and your dough is ready to be unfolded, you can unfold it and make sure it doesn't rip at any of the seams. And then unfold this one and take it off of the towel carefully, and be really gentle with these. Now, if you feel them getting too warm, you might want to put them in the refrigerator or back in the freezer because you do not want them to get warm. Because if the butter melts between the layers, then they won't melt while it's in the oven and it won't puff up as much. So make sure your dough is not getting too warm. If it is, just stick it on a cookie sheet, place it in the refrigerator, and just wait a couple minutes and you'll be good to go. Mine aren't getting too warm yet, but to cut these, we will take a really sharp knife, preferably a pizza cutter, but I do not have one. So make sure you push down with very gentle pressure because you don't want to mess up the strata of delicate dough and layers of butter. Cut these in thirds along that line. Once you have these, you want to cut these lengthwise, and this will create a crescent shape. Like that. See how they're long triangles, so I will have 6 from this sheet and 6 from the next sheet. And I'm just pushing down very gently with something very sharp so it cuts right through like butter. And just like that. Here's the cookie sheet, and you want to spray this liberally with baking spray so it does not stick. And then you want to take your Nutella and place about a teaspoon on the edge, leaving about a 1/2 inch in between on the sides. so it doesn't run out when it's baking. Now to fold these, you want to take the wide end and you want to just roll that over and roll it up in a croissant shape. And then place that on your cookie sheet. Now I have shaped all of my croissants, and I'm going to put the egg wash on. And preferably you would do this with a pastry brush or a brush of some sort, but I do not have one at the moment, so I'm using a fork to kind of scoop it on and spread it around. Accomplishes the same goal. Gets it all brown in the oven. Alright, now you want to place these in the oven that is 350 degrees for 20 minutes. Maybe 25 minutes just in case it doesn't bake. Now it's been 20 minutes. Here's the puff pastries with the Nutella in it, and as you can see they puffed up very nicely. And they look really flaky and yummy. So here's the finished product. I'll give it a little taste test. They're very good. They're light and flaky and buttery and tender. And they're a perfect little dessert for any gathering. As a great baker, Alton Brown once said, "Take care of the puff, and the puff will take care of you."